So in the first scenario, we had 3 cutting points at the x-axis. In the second scenario, we had 2 cutting points at the x-axis, right? What if we have only 1 cutting point at the x-axis, like this? Suppose x minus 2 cube. So from here, we will get only x equals to 2. So that's when we are actually required to know the graph of x cube and minus x cube. Basic curve of x cube looks like this. This is the sketch of x cube. So whenever we have only 1 cutting point at the x-axis, when we need to cut at one intersecting point, you cannot carry on with the wave, because for wave we are supposed to have multiple coordinates, at least 2, minimum 2. But if we have only 1 intersecting point at the x-axis, you cannot continue with the wave thing we did previously. So we need to go with this one. So this is the basic curve of x cube. First and third quadrant when x cube is positive, and second and fourth quadrant when x cube is negative. This is not a maximum or minimum point. This is a point of inflection, as in the curve starts to go like this. If I continue, it would have been a maximum, but then it changes the curvature and goes like this. So this is the basic curve of x cube and minus x cube passing through origin. But when we have equations like this, the coordinate will change. For example, for this case, x equals to 2 is where the curve intersects. So this will be the curve. The intersecting point will be at 2 instead of 0. So let us solve some problems related to this. So y equals to x minus 2 whole cube. So if I try to find the intersecting point at x-axis y 0. So x minus 2 cube equals to 0. Cube root of 0 is what? 0. So we have x equals to 2. Only one intersecting point at the x-axis. Next, at y-axis x0. At y-axis x0. So if I substitute x equals to 0, it is actually minus 8. So using these 2 coordinates, I need to sketch. At x-axis, we have a cutting point at 2. And at y-axis, we have the cutting point at minus 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suppose somewhere over here, like this. So this is the sketch, and since x cube is positive, if I expand this, it will be x cube, positive x cube. So the curve will be on the first and third quadrant. Number B is exactly same, just x cube is negative, that's it. So at x-axis y0, so we have x equals to 2 at the x-axis. At y-axis, x equals to 0. So I am substituting x equals to 0. So we have a positive 8. So at x-axis, we have the cutting point at 2. At y-axis, it's at somewhere over here 8. So since this is negative x cube, you cannot draw like the previous one. First of all, we don't have a cutting point at the negative y-axis. We have a cutting point at the positive y-axis. First problem. Second problem, the curve is supposed to be on the second and fourth quadrant, not on first and third, because x cube is negative. So we need to draw the alternate options, as in the second option. We will start at 2 and then continue like this. That's when the curve will be on the second and fourth quadrant. So if I summarize everything, this is the scenario.